report. Looks like I can actually shoot a video today, and you know, I'm thinking this one will be a little bit of a triumphant forward-facing one. My goal today is to take the bike up on a little ride up the street, up and down the block, just partially to say I've done it. You know, I can say that I'm going to be testing a few things out, get a feel, see if the clutch is okay, the throttle pull. A lot of that stuff needs to be lubricated and checked anyway, but yeah, who am I kidding? I just really want to be able to say I've at least ridden the bike I've owned for like 4 months now. So I've got everything laid out. We'll do a quick, you know, rundown of reassembling it. But it's going to be, I'll say a partial reassembly because I'm not going to have the air ducts, air filter. It's not going to hurt it to just go up and down the block a little bit. The upper fairing is not going to be put on. Just going to get it so basically I can sit on it and ride it. I'm not even taking it on the street yet. Or I should say off the little cul-de-sac I live on here. You know, I don't have the bike registered or anything yet. But, so we'll get to it, get it all reassembled, and then we'll shoot some video. Okay, that went way faster than I thought. Just a few minutes. It's amazing how easily these bikes come apart and go back together. As long as stuff's not breaking on them, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to go get my camera lady and grab my helmet, just in case, safety first, and we'll check back in just a moment. Always got to do safety first. Watch, I'll eat crap, right? Like, I've been riding for over 10 years now, but this will be the time I eat crap in the parking lot.
Hopefully not. It's Daddy. You did it.
It works. And it didn't burst into a ball of flame. Leia Bell!
Do you want me to keep running or off?
No, you can turn it off. Okay, hopefully everyone can hear me over the racket behind me. It's outside playtime, and we've had a few rainy days here in California, so there's a lot of energy to burn off. So, my first impression, I'm really, really excited that I got to finally say I've ridden the bike, you know? So, you know, I didn't go very far. I only went up the street and turned around a couple times. Obviously, I can't make a great impression thing. I can't give you a great impression of how the bike is just based off of that. But I get a little bit of a sense of it. You know, it's obviously an incredibly aggressive riding posture. I have previously owned a Gixxer 600, SV 650, and a couple monsters, and this is absolutely takes the cake. I mean, even the Gixxer, though it's been 5 years since I've owned the Gixxer, so I mean, my impression of that bike isn't quite as fresh, but I still think, even compared to that, with a very aggressive riding posture, you know, it'll take a little bit of getting used to. The last thing I was riding was an older Monster 900, which is about as it's not a cruiser, but you know, it's way more relaxed. For the sport bike world, it's as relaxed as can be. But yeah, so I ran it up and down the street, click through the gears. You heard me granny shift it a bunch. I don't normally ride the bike that way. I just wanted to see how the transmission felt, as you know, if there's anything that jumps out, that's a way to detect it. And it felt good, so it seems like that's good. So the question is what to do now, man. I mean, that's wrapped up like a project after project after project. It's all been like one big thing to get gas from the fuel tank into the engine. You know, basically everything I've done since getting the bike has revolved around that. So what do we do now? I might give it a little bit of time. I might start on whatever I'm going to start on next. The thing is no matter what I do, I have to really rebuild the fork before the bike is ready, and I have to change those timing belts and check the valve clearance. It just, you know, I'm pretty sure that the bike sat for about 2 years. That means that the bikes are outside their time limit. I don't know that when the belts were last changed before it started sitting, right? So it's just sitting alone, it's busted its 2-year life on those belts, which means it may have busted more, you know what I'm saying? So both of those things need to get done. It's just a question of where I want to throw my efforts to next. I'm kind of leaning on the side of doing the belts and the valves because I really like to hear the engine run, and every time I start it, I do feel a tiny bit nervous that, you know, belt's gonna slip a tooth and I'm gonna have shrapnel. So for that reason, I'm kind of erring on the side of starting the belts and valves, but it's such an involved job, I just don't know if I want. I'm reluctant to get into it. But hey, before I can go ride, which is really why I own this bike, I need to get that done. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff is great. And I'll catch up with you all when I get something more to report. Bye. And she's got her princesses in there. You know, you can get her brothers off. You get her brothers off the Switch, the Nintendo, and you know, this would work a lot better. Leia Bell, you're lucky Daddy's not in there. It wouldn't even move.
I have video of Daddy in it moving.
I know.